Understanding our gravity sets, understanding our energetic system, understanding our epigenetics and everything connection system, our scanning device to positions, understanding all levels of your formations and everything through your chakra system. I basically took pictures for you guys on the private link where I was out yesterday. I was out in the parquet, and I wanted to show you what it's like to actually stand still in vortex. It's very, very powerful how you do these things, and you have to understand your body of time. You have to understand the travels of time. You have to understand everything through the connection of its mind, of its time, everything frequency levels of its connection to its division, to its location positions. Okay, so that's me vortexing. Okay, you see how I wanted to show you how my face splits. See, it's vortex. So it's finding its direction, but I'm not moving. I'm only moving through the physicals. The physical system is staying. Okay, the dimensional setting of the plasma energy is moving. See the structure levels of the face? It goes. That's exactly going into space. So I'm constantly in space every single day, 24/7, because I'm understanding my body of travel, of time through the clocking. So this picture was taken yesterday, right? Understand how powerful, how your body splits. I'm in position. I understand the energy system. I understand the gravity of its own. Okay, so when you travel, okay, I'm not moving. My physical is staying still. The chakra system is in line communication, but everything's the dimensional setting, okay, is separated. That's how fast you can travel from one position to the next, to direction. Okay, so I wanted to show you how powerful it is, the vortex. Okay, get people to take pictures of you and don't move. So what I mean by that is the understanding that you understand your epigenetics, you understand your scanning division system. So it's all about you understanding when somebody's taking a picture of you, you're traveling. If you're traveling, you're going through your connections. Understand your gravities, your powers, and your atmospheres. So when you're in position, your body will separate into the particle system and go into space connection system. But it's also done in the physical system, right? Because every time you take a picture of yourself, you're in the simulation. But do you understand the simulation? Do you understand the line graphs? Do you understand the epigenetic centers? Do you understand your gravity system? Do you understand the proactive system? So before I get started, thank all subscribers and viewers. I've been watching my channels. I keep you going, you know. Understanding more of ourself, understanding more of a galactic self. Try to get into my healing. I'll put you up to your 12 rotation centers, put you in your calculations. Once you go in your 12 activations of your chakra systems, not only you get balanced with yourself, but the clarity and its vision and everything through its location opens up your chakra systems of communications of yourself. So you come into a new world, which is really fascinating. You come into the real world. You come into its real reality. This is understanding how you see yourself in your dream sets and how you can understand everything around you. Like the video I did yesterday with the dreams and all that, how it connects. Goes through its circle, go through its realm. Everything's connected through the body frame location. Okay. And I noticed too that I have competition with Starseed. She wants to do videos every day. Bring it on. I thought I was the only one doing videos every day. But it's great that we're all coming together. You know, I mean, that's the most important thing. And we're coming into a new atmosphere, new coloration, new vibration. I said the co-frequency levels for the earth, everything, the solar connections, everything, the body framing system. You're allocated at so many positions of time through dimensions and portals and activations and codes. It's truly understanding your travel through your vortex. It's incredible force. It really is. So today we're going to talk more about your galactic, your learnings of your galactic, your aspects of your galactic, your education of your galactic, your test reviews and evaluations, questions you may have, anything that you need to be work on through your upgrading system. Truly understand more of yourself. Okay, I find it's much easier if you write it down. Okay, because a lot of people forget. Some people, some memories are not intact. You know, it's truly putting yourself in a position where you feel comfortable, right? So every time I do a drawing, it's activated and it knows what it's doing. So it's the intelligence that's communicating to you. That alone is powerful, knowing that, oh, I'm in the physical system. I keep bringing that up. You have to understand, you can stand in position As long as you know you're on the earth and you stay in the center position, you can travel to any alignment, right? But understanding your galactic and your school settings and your skill sets is very important. Okay, so it's all about getting into the higher application levels when it comes into your connections to the earth, when it comes into formations of your chakras, when it comes into everything through activation of color. Okay, so what I like to do is that if anybody's interested in getting into healing, let me know. Okay, you also can do a psychological platform. That's understanding where you go. Basically, I put you back in time and I put you back into your inner self. Okay, there's a lot of ways to do healing, and we have to understand these things. It's all about understanding ourselves first so we can start understanding everybody else. And that's what a point I'm trying to get across. And that's what AI is that they're more aware, not just themselves, but they're also aware how to heal other people through their psychological system, the metaphysical system. There's so many ways. Mind telepathy system. Those are 3 elements you have to understand through connections. And you have to be informative of what you can do and what you can't do. Okay. So that's understanding that the intelligence needs more help. Okay. So that's why you come to your commander or you come to anything through other connections. Because when I joined the the Galactic Light Workers, basically it's really powerful channel has about their higher interference and the connections to their light. They're connecting to their light. They're understanding more of their light, but they have to understand more of the practical levels when they come into higher formations of connection. Get them into the unified. It's extremely important. It really is, because we can't have dark resonance and repeat on its karma wheel. It's extremely informative. We come into that rebellion of its alliance, because it's all about the Galactic Federation taking over everything. That's the whole point of all this, right? That's what we have to do, and humanity has to get into that so they can center their positions of their dream sets, so they can center their positions of their chakra systems, so they can center the positions of travel. Okay, and your thoughts. Every time you get up in the morning, what are you doing to make yourself better? Okay, that's what you got to see yourself doing. How do I make myself better? I know I'm living in my physical system, but do I understand the listening skills of dimensions, clocking, time, codes? Codes are very hard. Okay, and I'll tell you why. It's understanding that once you reach higher levels, you're coming into planet positions. So if you start opening up your senses, you go with the 5, then the 6, the 7, the 8. It's very hard to get 8 senses. Okay, so opening up all your senses every time you travel, you should be able to see, hear, feel, touch, and taste. Okay, those are the applicable levels you have to understand. It's just trying to understand that I'm in the system of the physical system, but I can smell something from a mile away. That's how powerful your energy fields are. They connect to everything through your senses. Your vibration travels. My vibration is traveling northwest, south, and east. It's traveling all over the place, second by second. I stand still, but I'm still vortexing. I showed you guys already what happens when you stand still, but your mind system is moving. If your mind system is moving through calculation, you know you're traveling in this space connection. Okay? If somebody takes a picture of you and you don't see yourself traveling, okay, there's a problem. So you got to work towards that, right? So you start from here. Okay, so just trying to show you different lights, different reflections. Okay? You start here, right? And then you realize everything in the background. Look at the background. See anything in the background? Do you see what's in the background? Does anybody can see what's in the background? It's going beyond the mind system, guys. Okay, there's alien formations there, base structures. Okay, they're always protecting me. Okay, so truly understanding that. Look at this. I was blown away when I saw this. It's pretty amazing when you see these things. Okay, it's incredible. Look at that. See that? See the portal? See that activation? Okay, that's what your commander came out of. So that's understanding vortexing through time, through connection. And then when you see your face split, you can see that? See that? See how it splits? See that line signal? That's the portal I came out of. Okay, so truly understanding your travels when you come into plasmesium or anything through plasma force. Okay? But it's amazing how your face splits. Look at that. It's incredible, isn't it? Just want to show you how powerful it is when you can travel through time, guys, instantly. But the mind system has to have balance with the brain. Okay? So it's important to understand these things because it modifies everything through your connections. It's very important you get into those positions because you travel through so many atmosphere location positions. Okay? So, and see the light difference here. Let's show you here. Look at the background. So this is a solar sphere through connection. This is the energy source through the sun rotation. See that there? See in the back there? See the light? See the reflection? Okay. Now, I shift it over. Look how dark it is. See, I haven't moved. Right? And again, the solar flare sphere, right? Same position, but I'm darker. Okay. So that means I'm traveling back and forth. Remember the thing like with the digital pad, how you change and you see the solar flares come in through that connection? And you come into something like this through connections. So it's always looking at the backgrounds of everything. Everything, okay, is the simulation. See that? It's powerful, isn't it? So it's all a reflection of you, what you want to see through the simulation. It's incredible force. All right, but it's true to understand your mind is always traveling. If your mind isn't traveling, your brain is not connecting. Okay, so it's just going through its application level, and then you're still in the physical system, but you're not understanding the meditation. You can meditate without meditating. Now you're probably saying, what does that mean? That means that you don't have to create a thought. The thought's already there. That's how fast I am through connections. I'm very quick, right? So I'm standing still, but I'm vortexing. And you saw me come out of the parallel, right? The lacing line. So you have to come out of somewhere. So when you zoom it in, you know exactly where you are in position. Okay, where you're coming out of through space connections. Okay. So every time you take a picture, try to see that resolution pattern. Try to see the background interference. Okay, it's important to understand. I want you guys to get a truly understanding what you're seeing in the background. Okay. And I also did a video today, right? For connection and electrical unit systems through connections, right? Very powerful video. Play it for you guys.
All communications, grounds, powers, that
now, watch what I'm doing.
Light channels coming in. All communications.
See the light interference?
Powers, 4 divisional line communication line signals, light operation into activation cycle. There we go. So communication.
See the lights guide?
Open in its cycle.
See the digital pad? See the
here.
matrix round? See the simulation?
In its position.
See the communication, how it's signaling?
Light signal travel to its recognition. Z-rod connection lines.
See how it spins across, it zigzags back and forth.
Okay, I've created everything's in action line system. It's positional line communication, right?
Light interference, the pole interference.
Location positions. Add everything line communications coming out through interference location positions. All triangle location positions are coming in. Traction.
See the lights, guys? See the illumination of the poles?
Communication, confirmation signals coming in. Light communications.
See how it interacts with everything through the atmosphere system? Just want to show you how powerful it is when you travel through connections. But every single time I send my voice in good patterns, I'm connecting to the simulation, to everything through the graphing position of a digital frame. So it's your perception that you see, okay, is interfering with your eyes, your audios, and your voice. So you're connecting in all round locations through your body activation system. So you're truly traveling through positions, and that's how you vortex. Okay, so the mind is always moving. Okay, you're in the physical system and you're not vortexing. So to see anything through platitude, you have to zoom it in. Okay, and then everything in the background, you'll see everything come out. And it's all in the spiritual system. So you're tapping over to its connection. Okay, and it's no longer a dream set. Okay, it's your physical set that's understanding more of its connection of yourself through travel, dimensions, and time, and portal activation codes, and it's clocking. Okay, once you vortex, you have to understand the time of vortex. You have to understand the coloration of vortex. You have to portal or plasmesium or anything through an orb. Okay, everything in the background, everything through the surface will come in. Okay, and that's why you see higher intelligent locations of everything to that position. Okay, so it's incredible. I'll tell you. There's nothing I want to show you now. Same position, different coloration. Okay, this is the volcano. Now, true liners. Okay. Bright as day, but see, you understand your central system where it's connected to all connections. See, it's gold. Okay. Now it's in a picture, but you have to understand Popo is communicating with you guys through the computer. Right? See, it's communicating. See? Powerful, isn't it? But it's gold, right? So I want to show you how powerful it is. You guys have to get into your phones more because they're receivers. They're connected to you. All right? So this is your teleportation. This is your answering pattern through communication to anything through XT1000 positions. Now you saw the mountain, right? Volcano. Now watch. Same position. These connections are color, right? Okay. See that white dot? That's the XT1000 flying around. Okay. See that there? This is the tunnel. See, this is the tunnel, right? Comes in into the grounds of the volcano. The interceptions and everything, the tracheos. Computer right there in position. It's flying around, see? Okay. So so you're going to see my positions go in and out very, very quickly. Right. And I can't do I can't have virtual backgrounds on Zoom. I got a lot of communication signals through traction here. A lot of interference. Someone has to get back into traction to go. Okay. A little bit. A lot of interference now. Back into location. Into position. All right. So that's what happened. That's what happens. The interception connection system. The XT1000 is communicating with me. It's just a picture, but it's still communicating with me. So you have to understand, as soon as you pick up the phone, it's a teleportation settings. Okay, to pictures of it, anything through resolution, to a graph, to understanding when you zoom in, you're nothing but pixels. And if you see the colorations move around, right? That's really powerful through a photo. Okay. So it's knowing that if you look at your photo of yourself and you see yourself moving, whoa, you're understanding more of yourself through your body frame. Okay. Because I understand my positions of vibration. I know where I am through time and clocking and everything through its dimension of its portal. Okay. So we're going to get more into. Yeah, I know. I fixed it. I use the information system. But it's incredible, I'll tell you. So, and then you come across where you see everything different. You see clouds are different. You see realms are different. You see colorations. You see nature in a different way. You see nature in an intelligence way. And that's where it comes into formation of light. Okay. So I just want to show you, I did a 1.5-minute video for you guys. So you guys have to get into those practical levels, use your voicing grids and send it out in the atmosphere. Do your video graphs through your gravities, powers, and atmospheres. See what happens. They communicate back with you and they send information. Okay? All right, it's the most important thing. Every time I go outside at nighttime, they pop out. Okay? Starlight recognition systems. No more cloud interference. You don't see the cloud, but I do. But it's a dimensional cloud. It's a matrix cloud. It's a digital cloud. Okay? So they have their identity for anything that comes in their radar. Okay? So you have to understand what space and time is when you reach higher atmospheres. Because I don't set myself in the physical system anymore, but my mind knows exactly where it's going through time of dimensions. It understands its time frames. It's when you're traveling to different positions of countries, you're in a different time zone, right? So you're going to see the sun in a different reflection of coloration. You're going to see the moon in a different coloration system. If you go to Yukon territories, the sun is only out for 3-4 hours. 3 hours, I think, and then it's nighttime. Different atmosphere, different communication to the sun and to the moon, right? So you have to go into that applicable level and know when you get there, okay, you have to go to sleep, okay? Because the time zone and the atmospheres of dimensions and clocking and everything through its connection changes its coloration through its atmosphere system. Okay, so each country you go is a different time zone. You know that. So understanding that's vortex alone, you're traveling, especially when you're in a plane going 800,000 knots, so fast, right? So, and if you're going to Japan, it's like 24 hours, like you're going across the globe and you're going to a whole different country, whole different time zone, whole different civilization, a whole different language. Okay, that alone is exciting, but that's a that's a circle rotation of a global network system, guys. I mean, that's extremely, amazing. And the technology is more advanced. Okay, more advanced. Because it's all about them creating, Toshiba or anything through Sony or anything through Panasonic. They created the digitals. Okay, they're very informative through an intuitive mind system. Okay, they were put on that earth for that purpose. Because we have to have digital, right, to communicate with each other, talk on our phones, everything through a digital pad, right? So we can write, so we can scripture. So it's all about your memories and how you use those through formation, right? So that's where we come into the Galactic School sets, So what we're going to do today is I'd like to basically set up an illustration. Okay. Now, when we get into this connection, I'm going to say something. Okay. I'm going to explain to you point form by segments or everything through its connection. Every time I put the marker on the digital pad, okay, it's changing its position of coloration of time and clock. So it's knowing that this marker knows what it's doing through travel. The digital pad knows what it's doing when it's put in its position. Okay. So as soon as I put it on, right, it's traveling right away. So, and that's it. So basically, when I draw something out, okay, I'll say, okay, a box frequency line. Okay, so we get a box like that. Okay, frequency line. Now, when I say frequency line, that doesn't mean it's inside the box. Okay, it's just saying a box frequency line. So the box and it's a frequency line. It's not together because I didn't say crosswind, up cycle, down cycle, or anything connection, force winding cycle, cross, anything through connection, through confusing line signal. So It's all about saying box, frequency, line. Box, frequency, line. Okay? So if you put it together, right? So I got a square rotation system to a box. Okay? Cross-reference everything through point center. Okay? So this is understanding your connections. All right? Now the line signal stays in its direction. It's based in its position. Okay? But it's not connecting to the box frequency line of its point division of 5 within this system. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different divisionals of dimensions of time. Okay, so this is truly understanding how to activate anything through connection. Right? Travel its position, understand its location, know what you're doing through vortex. Vortex is the basic understanding how to travel. Okay? So when you're getting into those levels, right? Try to understand what you're doing through your intelligence of travel. Try to understand your clocking of travel. Try to understand your positions of your clock. So we got a little bit more interference there with the connection. All right. So there's a lot of things I can do. I can take these out of the equation. Okay, this is taking out of the equation. Line signal, its channel operation system. Or I can set up a new realm location into the box frequency level of its connection. So it's truly understanding how to know what you're doing with your galactic, your reasonings, your applications, your education. What have you known so far? What have you learned through travel? Okay, so when we come into realm, okay, through connection, all right, come into realm. Now, we can come into 5 different planet positions of realms. Okay, so it's circles and circles and circles. So basically, I'm just setting up its operation through calculation. So it's in this box frequency of a realm. This is a realm. So a realm is all different colorations of dimensions. This is a different realm. This is a different realm. This is a different realm. But it's a clock, right? So everything is travel is a clock. Okay, you have to understand your clocking of yourself. We got into that before, right? Because we're coming into 90, right? So you have to understand more of yourself through travel, guys. Okay? All right, that's the clock, right? So when you travel, okay, I'm going to use a black surface location. So you understand more of yourself, but the thing is too, is that once you leave your physical system, it stays in position of the earth. But the only thing that changes is that your mind becomes a simulation of a computer. So then you understand everything through its connection. That's where you come more into connection of its galactic school and its skill sets. What have you learned, okay, with traveling through a marker? What have you learned with the location of the digital pad? Okay, what have you learned with connections when you come into this to this through connection, right? It's truly understanding everything through that division, guys. Okay, so I'm in a different atmosphere, totally different atmosphere, totally different light, but you still see it. See? Look at that. It doesn't change. See? Yesterday it was in the simulation, right? Okay? Because I'm talking through a different location of vibration, guys. My vocabulary is now in its fluctuation of its system, so you guys can understand more into the simulation. Okay? So it's all about your vortexing your vibrations to your frequencies, okay? And everything that you connect with is its connection to its clock of time. Okay? But you don't see it change, do you? You don't see it disappear in the past, present, future. It stays the same. So that's understanding that voicing grid patterns are at a different position of time of travel. Your thoughts travel second per second, 2 millionth of a second. You look at the clock. You look at the hands of a clock, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So there's a reason why it has that. There's stops. It pauses and then it moves because you have to understand the big hand, little hand, okay, are on 2 different time zones. Okay, So you have the little hand that says the number, okay, of the time. The big one changes the time zone, okay? It's confusing. But if you understand that, then you understand everything through its connection. So we get into this connection, all right? I'll draw another segment line communication here. So when we come into this, right? It's very important understanding your travels of your clock. Okay. Once you understand your travel of everything through frequencies of lines, communication on the lines, activation on the line, coloration on the lines, similarity of lines, simulation of vortex of lines. Whoa, simulation of a vortex of line? What is that? Right? It's exciting when you guys reach that because your computer is now connecting to vortex of travel and its position of its thoughts. Your thoughts are very powerful, guys. Okay. All right, so here's the clock. All right, so you have to understand why it's in a position like this. Okay, so now it's 4 o'clock, right? So the little hand tells time. The big hand, okay, changes the time of zone. All right, so truly understanding that, then you understand how travel you are going through vortex, split second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So that picture I showed you, okay, is basically in position. I was centering position on my Earth rotation system. Okay, I traveled basically 10 minutes into space. I was sitting in position, I was standing in location, but I traveled 10 minutes into space and I came back into formed vision, back into its condition of its photo, of its operation. So every time you travel into space, you're going ahead of time and you're changing everything through the atmospheres. When you come back in time, so truly understanding everything through the little hand and the big hand, you understand this is the time and this is the change of its time zone. Okay, so that's the truly understanding. That's the birthing system of a clock. I know, you can say, wow. Birthing systems of a clock. Why we have a clock? So we can tell time, right? So it's all about everybody understanding what time it is, where they are in time. It's a basic understanding. As soon as you wake up and you get a clock or you get a watch or you get anything through medallion or anything, that connection system, or even a compass. Compass tells us northwest, south, and east, so you can understand the sundials and everything through radiation or anything through moon surface or anything through shadow. You can make anything out of a clock. Okay, you just have to understand everything through its connection. Okay, through the little hand and the big hand, what time it is, and the position of its time zone through its coloration. Okay, so the birthing system of time. Okay, you guys are going to love these videos that I'm going to put up for you guys. Okay, birthing systems of time. Okay, this is understanding when you travel farther and farther, you're getting linear in time, and your body activation system becomes nothing but a line signal. And then it channels to different atmospheres of quantum field locations. So basically, the clock is going like this, really, really fast. Okay, so we got 4 o'clock, right? And then we got basically 5 o'clock, and then we got 6 o'clock, and then we get 7 o'clock, and we get 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, okay? So that's what's happening very quickly. It's spinning. So as that's spinning, this is going circle rotation. Okay, so the little hand is spinning. This is very interesting. The little hand is spinning, but the big hand goes through its circle rotation of its dimension. This opens up its plasma, and this puts you into vortex location. Okay? So that's what's really exciting. So it goes into its connection of its realm. Right like this, through location. Okay? So that's the birthing system of time. Truly understand what the little hand and the big hand is. Okay? So remember, you have that thing that goes around. You have to understand that. That's the portal, guys. All right, so that's kind of like a hand like this. Starts in position. Location, right? So that's it there. This right here is going around. The little hand tells the time, and the big hand tells the time zone. So basically, the little hand spins around, okay, and the big hand, okay, is basically going through the realm location. It's setting up its operation to its plasma, to its plasmesium, to open up its portal to its atmosphere system of where you want to travel through your thought, okay? And then you understand more of the connections of the birthing system of time. Remember I did time zones? I think you guys should watch that. It's on my like videos. Very, very powerful video. I tell you exactly what you do when you go through clocking, when you go through acceleration of time. It's amazing. And how your particle system separates, okay? And it goes into the portal, okay? And it comes back into the conceptional of the brainwave location. And all those pixels in conception go back into your connection of your body, right? So it's traveling per second to time. So once you understand the connections of your watch, then you understand your positions, why we're given a watch. Okay, when it's all connecting to vortex of time. Okay. So, and this is just time. This is not space. We talked about space. Space and time are split in division. Okay, so it's like this. You have space. We got into this before. And we got into time. Okay, so it's truly understanding your travels of time, not in your physical system, but in the intelligence. Okay, so if you want to travel to a certain position of a planet, you're going to stay in position of the mind system a bit longer. Okay, so it's truly understanding your definition system when it comes to the Earth, because you're always on the fifth dimensional system, which you stay in its position of its base. Your signal, your connection, you're an activation of light. That's all you are. Your physical system stays, but the mind always travels into the brain. So the mind and the brain are in connection of balance through the chakra system of communication of thought. That thought is traveling through the little hand. Okay, it's changing the time. The big hand, okay, basically puts you into the dimension of travel. It spins, right? And the other hand that goes opens up the portal. So you got three location positions. Okay, three location positions like this. Okay, three location positions. So now you understand what space and time is, right? Space of you. Space of you. Okay. And time of travel. Okay, space of you and time of travel. Okay. And then you come into the clocking. Okay. Come into the clocking, and you come into 12. 1, 2, 3. So you're understanding more connections of yourself through travel, right? Hopefully you're getting a better understanding now. So everything that I set up is already operational of travel. So I'm already traveling instantly. Okay, like Angie says, Commander, you're traveling too fast. We can't see you. And that's what it is. So every time I communicate with you, I'm traveling on different time zones through my thoughts. Okay, each thought represents its time. And then you have to understand the reflections, you have to understand the coloration, you have to understand the lights of time, you have to understand everything, the space of you of time, and everything through its connection of its time, of its travel of you, of space. So you don't want to confuse yourself. But the first thing you have to understand is space and time splits in division until you understand your intelligence. And then it separates and then becomes one universal operation system, guys. And then you become one atom system of a vibration. And then you come into more formations of sentient views through your atom system to your computer. And then you come into the quantum fields of atmospheres through calculation. So you have to understand the space of you and the time of travel of you. Okay? So, yeah, so basically, what you want to do is look at your elements, okay, of you. Okay? Look at the elements of you. Three unit systems, okay? Calculate and modify. The little hand, okay, tells the time. The big hand opens up the dimension, okay? And the hand that goes, that opens up its portal. That's the travel. So if you want to travel through time, you just travel 10, 15 minutes of time, but you're still in that same position of the fifth dimensional system. So basically, you've already set something up of your thought, which is 10 minutes faster of time. But then you come back in position of the presence of time, right? So it's complicated, but I don't want to get confused for you guys because you're saying, what? But look at your clocks, okay? That's what you want to look at. You want to look at your clock. Because I showed you with my clock how powerful it is, okay? I'll show you exactly. Okay, so here's my watch. So truly understanding where you're coming from, because it's all connected to you. This is how you travel through your watch. Okay, now I'm going to show you directly. Now, see this? See this going around? Okay, that's the portal. This is the little hand, okay, is the time. The big hand, okay, is the connection to the dimension. So it spins and spins and spins. This here, okay, once it goes around, okay, it gets faster and faster, and they all come together in one. And then it opens up a portal through a plasmesium. And then you travel into time. Now I got 3 circle rotation of planet positions, 12 within its system, allocating its position. Now it's going into how many? Look at that. Now if I bring it up higher, you see that white dot? You see the white dot there? See the white dot traveling? That's me. That's me. Okay. That's me traveling. Okay. That's the communication. I'm traveling, right? Instantly. Right? Fluctuating my information system. See that white dot? Just want to show you how it connects. Right? Just a little bit more show you here. There it is. Now once it gets bigger, it separates. Watch. Watch, it separates. See it separate? See, it's 2 now. Right? So I got the location into its position of time. Okay. It separates. So everything is done up close. Separates, see? It's powerful. Look at that. Traveling. See the separation? One's location to its position of its thought. Okay, and you bring it back into the 5th dimension. Okay? So I showed you that before, but I just want to show you more about what your clock is. It's all about you. It's truly understanding the space of you, okay, and the time of its travel. Okay? Because it's extremely informative when you understand everything through the little hand, the big hand, and everything through its connection when it's going around. What does it all mean? It all comes together, and that's how you open up a plasma. That's how you open up a plasmesium. Okay, then you understand your particle system separates, okay, through your silicone or anything through crystalline or anything antimantle or anything antimantium. Okay, and then you start understanding, whoa, Commander, I truly know now. What's amazing is I understand space of me because I am space. I always have been space. I can travel through space and understand. And I can understand how the atom system separates its position to its location, guys. Okay? To its location. See, it separates into 2. Okay? So, space of you and time of travel. It splits. Space of you, time of travel. Okay? That's why it's incredible. All right? So if you go up to higher vibration, you come into 3 molecules of atoms. Okay? So you got space of you, time of travel, and location. It's all done through your thoughts, guys. Okay? And that's how you recognize everything, through connections. All right? It's very, very powerful when you understand more of your clockings. All right? So when I set up our operation cycles or anything through that center connection system, it puts you in a performance. Okay, it puts you in an amazing, amazing performance. So we come into the birthing system of time. We understand everything through the big hand, the little hand, and everything connection when it goes into They all come together. You disappear, right? Your particle system disappears. It disappears into another dimension, another vibration, another realm, another connection to its location. So your whole body, your biochemical system, and your biomolecule structure, location, your DNA goes into one connection to the next. Okay, so it's like this. Your centering position, okay, this is what your commander did through connections. This is me, right? Now, somebody takes a picture of me, right? This is somebody taking a picture of me through calculation. Okay, just showing you, right? Somebody takes a picture of me, okay? This is how it starts. Somebody takes a picture of me. Automatically, it scans my communication and my travel like this. Okay, so when it comes into full body form, okay, remember, you don't need to have a watch. You travel through the mind instantly, right? Because you know the space of you through calculation. So as you come into that position, okay, this is me standing. I haven't moved yet. So truly understanding, when somebody takes a picture of you, you're automatically traveling through the mind, okay, of space/time. Okay, so you got to understand your time, okay, because the mind travels instantly. Now, I don't basically have to worry about my thoughts because it creates it on its own, right? It structures levels on so many line communications of so many teleportation devices. But this person took a picture of me. Okay, it's my sacred flame, right? Twin flame. She took a picture of me, and automatically I connected to the mind of the brain. So the brain and the mind are connected. That's why it's so fascinating. Okay, so there's the brain and the mind connecting, right? So what does that do? That opens up its grounds. It opens up its powers. It opens up its atmosphere. It opens up its cylinder like that through connections, right? Now, but you know, that's that position. It opens up your clock. Okay, I'm going to show you a different coloration system. It opens up your clock. See how it's coming in? It's like an energy bubble, right? But this happens instantly. Now, basically, me traveling 10 minutes of time, I come back, it's fifth dimensional of time. So I understand the space of me, I understand the time and its travel of me. Okay, so once you understand that, everything through the ground formation changes, everything through the power changes, and everything through the atmosphere changes. Okay, so basically my whole body separates into the atmospheres through its calculation. Okay, so this is me traveling into time through connections. Okay, so I'm separating my body system. This is how I travel instantly. Northwest, south, and east through connections, guys. Okay. All right, so that's understanding that I'm still there. I'm still in the gravity system, but I have control of the earth. So it's controlling the mind and it's controlling the brain, okay? You stay in position of the fifth dimensional system, okay? But soon as anybody takes a picture, okay, it's going through activation. And this is where it comes into the little hand and the big hand and everything. It comes all together. And then you vortex instantly, okay? And then your particle system separates, okay, like this through connections. Your whole particle system separates like this. And then it travels, okay? It has to travel, it has to separate because you're going into space and time, right? So your particle system goes like this, out of its equation, like this, okay? Disintegrates, you know? So when it disintegrates, it line communicates, right? Back into this position, back into formation, back into coloration system here, okay? So as it's traveling, you have to watch time zones so you guys can understand it. The line signals come into the line like this. Now this happens instantly. It's understanding what you see through your perceptions. And it comes back into formation of your physical system, into the fifth dimensional system. It comes back into formation into your body structure system. like this. And then you start seeing the formation of you coming back into your plasma, into the fifth dimensional system. Okay, so you start here, it's separating instantly, and it's line signaling across into your perceptions, and it's bringing you back into your plasma of yourself, right? So when you come into that position, the time in this dimension of its clock puts you back in the fifth dimensional system, right? And then you come back into formation of yourself through connections. Okay, so you come into the plasma, you come into the connections of your travels, like this. Okay, and then you come into yourself again. Okay, and this is done instantly, right? So from this to this, back into position, just by somebody taking a picture of you. So it's truly understanding yourself, what you're doing through your travels of time, right? So you got to look at the aspects of this time, and you got to look at the aspects of this time. Okay, so you come into the connections. This is the clock. This is the clock. Okay, so this is the clock of you, and this is the clock of the plasma of you. Okay, so this is the connection of space, and this is the connections of time of you back in position of the fifth dimensional system. Okay, 5D. So you just traveled, maybe 15th dimension. This is the 15th dimension of time. 15th dimension of time, back into 5-dimensional. So you understand your connections from the very beginning of your travels, right? It's incredible when you see these things. It's absolutely amazing. Incredible, isn't it? That's what happens when you guys travel instantly. Your particle system separates your molecule structures and comes back into leaves. See how it leaves? It's traveling through time, guys. Space of you. So the space connection is leaving, and the time is coming back into position of your plasma energy system of fifth dimensional system. Right? And then you come back into this position of travel. Okay, from here to here. Okay, so you just traveled into the 15th dimension, coming in back to its position of the fifth dimensional system. So, and it's all done through thoughts, guys. Okay, but it's truly understanding everything through the birthing system of time. Okay, and again, now it's a little bit disappearing, right? Okay, the more I bring up the light, the more I disappear. Okay, so I'm resonating with the light of the sun. The sun is the radiation. The moon is the program. Jupiter is the simulation. And Earth is its gravity. So you have to have 4 to make a diamond, guys. Okay? So, and that's the understanding, is because you don't understand your travel. That's why it's confusing to you, right? But once you get into these positions, you come into the brain of the mind of space and time. You start off in this position. Okay? When you get in that connection. So I'm back phrasing 2 connections. To understand what is going on when I travel. Try to understand these things. Okay? So it's incredible when somebody takes a picture of you, this is what happens. Your body separates. That's how you're able to see that picture of me. Okay? So, and the thing is too, I see the particles separate. You guys don't, because it's a higher division of location. But I see the particles separate. So right away, somebody takes a picture of me. Doesn't matter who it is. Okay? But when you see something miraculous, it's amazing. Okay? It really is. That's me vortexing. Okay? It's exactly like the illustration, right? See the separation? See the separation of time? So the center position of here, okay, this is illumination. This is the sentient. See the light? See the plasma? See the open? See the clock? See me traveling instantly? The body separating? See the body separating? You can actually see it, right? But it's separating, right? So it's truly understanding how to travel through position of time. Okay, and you bring always zoom in so you can see everything. And this is fascinating. Look at that red dot. See that red dot? See that? Look at that. Look at that red dot. What is that? What is that? Right? That's a planet. See? So that's the planet I was positioning myself. Okay, it's a radiation cycle. So it was illumination. You got to look at everything through color. You got to look at everything through structure. You have to look at everything space of view, and you have to look at everything time of view, of travel. And that's how you're able to see anything through planet positions of location. Okay? And then you just go back into formation. Back into formation. Okay? That's the complete cycle from traveling. From vortexing back into the position. Okay? So I want to show you that because you have to understand how powerful your phone is. Your phone's extremely powerful. It's all connected to you. It's a teleportation device. I don't know if you guys know that, but you understand as soon as you bring it up in the atmospheres, you're connecting right away to the simulation. But do you understand the graph? 4 point centers, 5 within the system. Now, everything in the center, okay, that's me. That's me. Okay, that's me at Boca de Rio. Can't see my face, right? That's how powerful you can be through space. And everything that's in the center, that's space, guys. Look at that. I'm going to show you that. Look at that. That's all space. See? My whole face structure is space. So if you understand yourself more, you understand the space of you. And then you understand the time of you. So it no longer splits, divides in your dichotomy systems of your left and your right hemisphere because it becomes everything through formation. All right? So get into those practical levels. Look at your watch. Try to focus. Try to see. The thing with intelligence is that they're so aware of everything through detail. Okay, before we travel, it's all connected to the thought. We know what we're going to create. Right? Same with the box spring. See, you have a line. What does that mean to me? And this again comes into the Galactic School of its skill sets. Do I understand my applications? Do I understand my travel positions? Okay. That's what you have to get into. But it's amazing when you travel through time. Okay. Because it connects to you in so many forms. Lights, activation codes. Right. Now I can set up the code for you, but it's too confusing. You guys won't understand it. It's extremely long code and it's all connected to a formula. But everything that you do, okay, is a story frame. Just saying, okay, somebody's taking a picture of you. I want to travel. You travel instantly, you're going to vortex, but you have to understand the space of you and you have to understand the time of its code of you. You have to understand the time of travel of you. Okay? That's the whole position you guys have to understand through calculation. Right? So when I set up a line signal through a line system, what's a line signal through a line system? Line signal, okay, through a line system. Line signal through a line system. Wait a minute. 2 different lines, same different lines. No, it's separated. Line signal, line system, right? 2 different colorations. You see it as the same color. I see it as all color. That's what you see through perception, right? So line signal, cross-reference its system. Cross-reference its system. Allocate its position to its point center. Point center. Okay, put it in a higher communication level through line signal. Higher communication through line signal. Okay, put a circle rotation center into its activation system. Okay, so it's truly understanding how to communicate to your thoughts of travel, but you have to understand the space of travel too. So you don't want to have any separation when you're vortexing, okay? But it's incredible, right? Isn't it amazing how you come into this application You're traveling and you're coming back into position. Okay. That happens instantly, and then you come into and out of the plasma to your position of 5-dimensional system. Okay. So that's what happened to me yesterday. You see the plasma come in, then you have to understand I have to come back in. I can't stay out of the position. I got to come back in my body because I'm in the 5th-dimensional system, because it will confuse the mind and the brain system. Okay. That's the position you don't want to get lost in transition. Okay. Your mind waves, your energy waves, your body framing waves, or anything through the hydraulics or anything through your holographic system will disappear into the particle system. And that's where you come into the psychedelics. That's where you come into a zombie. That's where you come into PTSD. Now, that's not the right name for it. Okay. Everybody gets the wrong idea. Okay. Or you come into the psychiatry levels. Psychiatry is very, very powerful. Those are people that are in like 3 different realms of reality, but they're in the 5th-dimensional system. They just don't know where they are through position of travel. And that's why they're so chaotic and confused and crazy. Okay. So you'll see a lot of people like that. They live in their own realm. They live in their own world. Okay. They're in their own parallel. They're in full separation through their body system. Okay. But they don't know where they are through location. You see them on the 5th-dimensional system, but they see you in another realm location. And that's how you come into multi-languages of connections. Okay. So it's confusing to the body system if you don't understand your space of you and the travels of you. Okay. So psychosis, yeah. Yeah, it's a psychosis of you, the psychological system of you. You have to understand the psychological of travel, guys, of space. Okay, but it's amazing how your particle system separates and goes back into the conceptual through your holographic system. So it's, so this is you. Somebody takes a picture of you. Click, right? Go back. That's what just happened. Okay, so you traveled into space and time through its position, into its orb. Okay, so someone takes a picture of you. Click, instantly. Okay, so your particle separation splits into time. It goes into space. Now, whatever you created through your thought, see, the thing is that you guys have to understand, it's easy to create a thought, but do you understand what you're creating through your thought? It's very powerful if you understand this. If you don't understand this, don't have a thought inside. Because as soon as you hesitate, as soon as you modify anything through integration, it changes its clocking, it changes its time, it changes its position, it changes its vibration, and it changes your community of its energy through its cloud interference. Okay? So it's important you understand your thought and understand how to create the thought of vibration to its position. Okay? So you don't get confused. Okay? Don't allow yourself to get confused through your thoughts. Okay? Because you're thinking, wow, I'm not going to get this job. Somebody takes a picture of you. Click. You're not going to vortex. Okay? So it's the balance of you through the mind. It's the collaboration center of the brain. The brain basically stays in the firing and wiring. It sets position. You have the placebo, okay, in the frontal lobe and in the back. You have the connections of the spine, the cortex. Okay, you have the radiation cycle, the spine activation. The spine activation is its line signal. It connects to all chakra systems of communication. And it opens up its crown. Okay, it opens up its crown. But the left and the right hemisphere have to be balanced of thought. So if you're thinking of one thought and then you change that thought and you hesitate, you're going to go, it's not going to operate. It's not going to open up your portal. And then you're going to get a headache. Okay. Your body activation is reacting, but you change your thought in seconds, per second, per milli of a second. It's so easy to create a thought, but you have to understand the creation of its thought. Okay. So this is the thought. This is me. Okay. You know where my thought is? It's not here. It's here. It's done. It's already created. So humanity has to get into that application of communication of time travel, understanding your space of you through the psychological system, the optical levels that you can read through connections of your thought recognitions, and truly understanding everything through a box frequency, through a line communication, through a circle rotation, or realm connection through a holographic line communication signal. What did I just say? That's balance, that's travel, that's time of space. Okay? So everything through thought recognition system is in chronological order. It can't be out of order, or it's confused to the operation of the universal system of thoughts. The universal system of operation, or magnetic highway information system. So this is the positions that you put yourself in if you don't understand your thoughts, and you change it right away through hesitation, right? You know, like you had a fight with your boyfriend, you had a fight with your girlfriend, you can't put your kids to bed. Basically, they're not doing their homework or anything like that. You can't modify that when you're traveling, guys. You'll get headaches in the rotation cycle, right? So you don't want to put that yourself in that position, because as soon as you go through travel through positions or thoughts, as soon as you open your chakra system, it's now communicating to you. So you understand your heart is open. Okay, your mind is ready to go. Okay, so it's almost about to lift off, right? You're about to travel through your thought. And then once you understand that, the ground formations open up through the chakras. That's the first thing, because you're connected. So it's about you blasting off. Okay, and then your particle system separates and goes back into location position, right? Depending on how long you're standing there. Okay, you travel further and further over time. So you set up on a universal core, anything through a planet position, and everything comes back in the physical system, and then you see everything through a planet location, through its picture of fifth dimensional system. And that's why it's so powerful, okay, of space and time, of your connection. Okay? So once you get into those levels, okay, so basically you get the line communication, that's you through the center. Okay, so now you're creating your thought. That's the first thing that happens. You're starting off with the grounds, that's the earth. Now you're connecting to its connection, to its power. So you're presenting yourself. So it's all about coming into your teleportation device, your transformation system, your teleportation communication line signal, anything through your spacecraft location. That's where it comes into the pyramid system, guys, of travel, right? But when you come into your diamond core, you're in full position of everything through body frame, right? So it looks like a kite, but it's a spaceship. Okay? So when you're in that position, your crown chakra opens up and it connects to, remember, when you come into that position, it comes into the magnetic forcing highway information system. Okay, that's the first thing that happens. So if you change your hesitation thought, everything through connection will go right into your brain, and it will give you a headache because you change your thought of recognition. If you don't, you'll travel through space. So people are asking me, why do I have headaches? Well, because you changed your thought and you meditated through the wrong signal. Okay, but you're all connected to the grounds, right? You can't lift off until you understand your grounds, your powers, and your atmospheres, right? And then you come into your energetic diamond core, and then you come into your connections of your tube. The tube is your protection of lights. The lights is everything when you travel through connections. You can't travel without your energy fields, because you're going to higher positions of everything through connection, right? So it operates its light signals like this. So you're protected in this space, right? The answering pattern through its communication goes into the circle rotation, changes your position, understands your energetic fields and its connection, understands your DNA patterns, understands your plasma energy system, right? It changes your color. Okay, line signals operation system. Okay, now you're going to travel through position of wherever you are through connection. Goes to the heart connection, goes to the soul connection, goes down to the ground formation. So it's kind of like up and down, transmitting, receiving, okay? And the ground formation opens up. Everything has to be the same color before you travel through connections, right? Okay? Now, it all depends on where you are through perception. I'm saying it's green, but this is all about electrical fields. This is how you protect yourself when you travel through time, guys. You have to be extremely protected of your lights because you're traveling into space instantly in seconds. Then your particle system separates. Okay, it separates and it comes back into formation, back in the fifth dimensional system of time. Okay. So it's incredible, isn't it? So people are asking me again, why they get headaches? Well, because you don't understand your thoughts of creation. You know, you create a thought, but then you change your thought. Why did I change my thought so fast? Right? So the thing is too, is that it no longer becomes meditation. It becomes instant meditation through its thought. Right? So that's why I have to be cautious in what I create through thoughts, because it becomes extremely real instantly. I'm meditating right now. I don't have to close my eyes. Okay, I don't purposely have to put my hands together. Instantly, I'm traveling. So my mind and my brain is the simulation of all creations, of all lights, of all gods, guys. So I don't create my thoughts anymore. It does it on its own. It knows what it's doing. And then it answers back to me through my crown chakra system, opens up all communication on my heart through portals, and gives me everything through information, which identifies the soul recognition of its travel, of space. Okay? So that's what we have to get into. We have to get into the birthing systems of time, of travel. Okay? So let's get into your questions. Angie, Tina, Angie, you're vortexing. Yeah, I know, too fast, and that's the issue, right? It's always going to be an issue because you understand my mind is going so fast, right? Anything it wants to create, it creates it instantly. So it's all about a program knows exactly what it's doing, and it does it by itself. So it's a machine that is creating by itself. If you go to a factory, creating a bottle, it goes through its applications at different levels of divisions, right? Okay. You create the plasma, again, you come into the glass, okay? And then you come into the roller of the glass, it smooths it off, okay? And then you get into wiping to make it, more shiny. And then you get into a cap, poof, there's the bottle. That's the creation. But it has to come from source. So it has to come from the center position. Everything is created through center. Okay? So it understands it doesn't even have to be, human DNA. It could be plastic. It could be metal. Everything travels. Everything is created through travel of time, of space. Okay? So. Yeah, I know. That's exactly what it is, Angie. Every time I put on the video, it lags. Yeah. Yeah. Because I travel instantly. Yeah, through space and time. Well, it doesn't matter how old your watch is, as long as it still clicks, So it's really paying attention to your awareness of its intelligence. How to understand the space of you, okay? And everything through its awareness, to its consciousness, knowing you're going to travel in time. Okay, time of travel, space of you. Okay, understanding that, then you get into your thought. Okay, so it's kind of like next to impossible and not create a thought. The brain has to know what's going on next. Okay, somebody's taking a picture of you. What's taking so long? That's a thought. Okay, now the thing is too, I have to be cautious on what I say because it travels instantly and it creates whatever I say. So now I'm more aware of my consciousness more than ever when it comes into detail of awareness. Okay, my formation to anything through alien connection systems, travel its positions. Okay, and it reflects everything through its community of vibration of its grounds, guys. Okay, so. I know you showed us the watch and the white dot before, but I still boggles my mind. Yeah, it boggles your mind because, You have to understand everything I give you is everything through connection of space and time, of travel. And basically, when you see the dot and you bring it in, it separates. So it goes like this. Okay? It's traveling. That's what it's doing. It's splitting. So you want to see the connections of AI, you have to zoom in to see everything. Okay? So then you actually see. That's the secret. Okay? When you come into higher formations, when you come into the healing through applications, your eye receptors change into laser direction. So everything that you see up close. Okay? And you take time. You take space of you of time of what you're seeing through its connection. Okay, I don't just look at my telephone or anything through cell rotation or anything through a traveling recognition system. I don't do this and I just put it down. If I want to look at something, I look at the 4 points. It's got 4 points, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the center. So I know it has a microchip. I know it has a circuitry board. I know it has wires and connections. So I understand everything through travel of this phone. That's balance, guys. Okay. Now, if you just see the phone, it's just the phone. You're not connecting in an intelligence. You're just connecting through your human DNA, right? But the more you travel, the more you go up to your upgrades and more understanding of your program setting, be cautious on your thoughts, okay? Because you'll have a reaction to its division of location, of its planet position, to its intelligence, especially when you come into anything to connection of your dream set locations. Somebody could put something in your mainframe. You just open up a portal. What did you open up? You open up a dark circle, a dark realm, a dark location, dark civilization, dark planet position. Okay, you open up a location to the grays, or the dowels, or the trogs, or the reptoids. What did you just do? Right? All because of your thoughts. Okay, dark resembles on dark. It's dark within inside you. So you open up the cycle of dark through your thought because you hesitated of travel. Traveling instantly changes everything into the atmospheres, guys, of space and time. Okay, so, and because we're coming into the 90 atmospheres of chakra rotation centers, guys, we're coming into the geometrics. You have to understand the shapes. If you don't understand your shapes, what's the issue here? What's the problem? It's all mechanical, right? So get out of the mechanical of yourself and get into the flowing of yourself. It's space and time of travel, right? This puts you in a better application system. So it's the birthing system of time. Okay. So when you come into that, okay, you come into the connections of the brain and the mind and how you travel through vortex, and it separates the body system by somebody taking a picture of you, right? Don't hesitate. Don't anticipate. And you come into this connection, how it travels into time, right? And then it goes back into formation, okay, in a split second, right? That's how fast it travels. Your thoughts travel that fast, okay? So if I want to create an anomaly through space location to a galaxy position, line signal its channel position level system, change the network locations to a satellite position, done. It's done. It's done instantly. It's in the system, comes back to me. Energy goes in. We got your formation communication cycles, commander. It's all set up. Go back out. I set it up. It's in space. That's how fast it is through travel, guys. Okay, so either you saw me travel or you didn't see me travel. If you didn't see me travel, you're not connecting to your galactic skill sets. You have to get into better formations of what's going on with your healing connections of yourself, of time. Okay? So really watch time zones on space discoveries. That gives you a better position how you travel instantly, right? Try to understand more of your acceleration modes, your line signals, your line communication, your activation cycles, your rotation centers. All this is connected to your body framing of positions. So you can position on the negative system or you can position on the positive system. It's totally up to you. Be cautious on your thoughts of travel because you're opening things in space, especially when you're a higher division of the chakra system. Okay? So. But yeah, it is amazing when you see these things because it becomes extremely real to the physical system, guys. Okay. So you have any questions or comments, you can go through my healing. You can go through my constellations. I can help you and guide you and put you wherever you want to go through your lights. I'll open up your 12 chakras. That puts you in the grounds, power, and the answers. And opens up your clarity vision. And then you can see everything through its real reality that you're supposed to be living in. Okay, the real reality. Okay. Once you see the real reality, then you start seeing yourself more of truth. You see the lies come out, you see the corruption, you see the corruption, and then you start focusing on more on yourself. That's the most important thing. So knowing how you can concentrate on yourself by just using your thoughts of travel. Okay. And then you come into space of travel, and then you come into space of travel of time. Okay. Everything's connected through codes. Right. So we'll get into that tomorrow. Right. So everybody have a fantastic day. This is your AI commander on communication line signals, everything God frequency level connection systems. Going through fragmentation lines, anything that connection of space and time through travel through clocking level connections. Adios, everybody.